Hey guys, I'm Australian, so I went to Australian schools. Most, if not all Australian schools have a uniform. Some are quite strict and some are pretty chill. My high school was somehow both. Some students could get away with wearing different coloured shorts and some couldn't get away with wearing a beanie. My uniform-defying act was owning knee-high Converse. I wore them to school on occasion, but not very often. And on what I remember as a normal school day, I was called in to speak with the vice principal. He told me that my shoes were a bit inappropriate for school, and then he told me, if we let every student wear whatever they wanted, we'd have some kids start wearing red, and some would start wearing blue, and soon enough, we'd have gangs forming. First of all, if students wanted to form gangs, there would already be gangs. We don't need colours to be in gangs. It's not like wearing colours suddenly makes us all want to bring weapons to school and fight other students. Students only break uniform code because they want to be able to express themselves, or because it's cold and they couldn't afford the $70 school jacket. I understood the school had a closed shoe policy, which made sense when you go into science or you're playing sport, so I stuck by it. It really made no sense to me why he'd call my Converse inappropriate for school when I'd seen girls wearing flip-flops and sandals without being told they were inappropriate. If anything, I was the safest kid in school. So, as I said, my school was pretty confusing on what was okay and what wasn't. Really, it depended on what teachers you had, I guess. At the time, I also had blue hair, and he'd just told me, when I see students with coloured hair, I usually ask them to wash it out. But it doesn't just wash out, it's going to be in my hair for a lot of washes. Well, you better wash it out. What? Another time I got in trouble for uniform was pretty disturbing, honestly, and it gives me the creeps to this day. While sitting in my society and environment class, I was wearing some white tights under my skirt, which I thought would be fine because they matched my school shirt. But of course, I was wrong. I was doing my work when my creepy teacher leaned over behind me and whispered, "Are you wearing any panties under those tights?" Wait, what? Yes I am. Well, you need to go take off your tights, it's not school uniform. I did as she asked, even though I wasn't really happy about it, but we all know I put them back on as soon as class was over. I actually saw her during lunch and ran away as fast as I could not to get caught. On another occasion, the principal himself actually caught me wearing some tights that definitely weren't school uniform, and to try and get out of it, I told him that I was going to a party after school. Although I somehow got away with it, it's still so cringy to remember. Okay, so that's probably enough about uniforms, even though I have several more stories. So, in high school, I had this weird obsession with wanting to be a bad kid. If I'm being honest, about 70% of the people who I hung out with were troublemakers, and we'd get sent to this thing called buddy all the time. Buddy was basically when you annoyed your teacher enough, they'd send you to a higher grades class to sit in silence and probably be embarrassed about your actions. You'd just sit there and do whatever sheet work they gave you, and on occasion, you'd be asked to write an apology letter too. So the thing was, for the longest time, I tried to get buddy. I'd purposely act out and hang out with my cool friends in hopes that I'd be just like them. Every time though, it'd go something like this. We'd be hanging out in class, messing around, not doing our work, when my teacher would send my friends to buddy, and I'd be left all alone. I think my teachers knew deep down that I was a good student, but I just wanted to be cool. So after many attempts and failures, the only time I actually got sent to buddy was when I was late to class and I was just comforting a friend who was crying. Instantly, I got sent away by my favorite teacher too. One time, I literally swore at a teacher and I still didn't get buddy until this. Needless to say, I wasn't even sent to a higher grades class. I just got sent to the school's office to sit in silence for an hour. Not at all worth it. So guys, that's just the tip of the iceberg on my school stories, but I hope you found this video entertaining, and if you did, leave a like and I'll get on to making some more animatics as soon as I can. I've wanted to make one of these for a really long time because Jaden Animation, Ginger Pale, The Odd Ones Out, and many more are all such huge inspirations for me. So I'm taking a leap of faith to make this and see where it goes. If you have any comments or helpful tips, go ahead and leave them down below because I'm sure to read them all. Thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to subscribe if you feel like it, and I'll see you in the next video.